What are we doing on a day like today? We know what we're doing. We're setting everything up first so that people know that we are live and all that jazz. Good evening to everyone who is watching at this point in time. Let's see, that's Twitter done. Then let's see. There's some things you can only do when the actual thing is live. So I'll join you guys in a couple of minutes while I share this on the Twitters and the Discord and stuff like that. That's tweeted. Now my Discord server. And that would be FlareBlitzed, and yep, that's already there. Copy that into there, and good. Oh, I forgot to add everyone. Damn it. Oh, I love it. Absolutely love it. There we go. That's good. Okay. For those in Europe, good evening. For everyone in America, either good morning or good afternoon where you are. Just going to wait for a few more minutes for people to turn up and see what's going on. Hey, good evening everyone. Hello Sharky, welcome to the chat. Hope you all have an absolutely wonderful day where you are. 8 people watching now, lovely, starting to pick up. Good. Almost choking myself there. On Wednesday's live stream, we played Nightmare of Melini, and that was more catered for the morning in Europe and also in afternoon in Japan and evening in Australia, stuff like that. But this one was more catered for Europe and America. And that's both North and South America. So I hope you all having a lovely day where you are. What are you doing right now? Just waiting for a few more minutes for people to turn up and stuff like that. We'll be getting to picking which game we're going to be playing today. So, hope you're having a lovely day where you are. I've said it twice already. But still, it's a nice thing to come across. Nine people. You'll be picking the game in a few minutes when it's actually 8 o'clock and stuff like that. Start a bit early so that people can, 1, get in, and number 2, people can see when the game is picked out or not. I'm feeling a bit lethargic today. I had my second jab on Thursday, the second you-know-what jab, and didn't feel pretty much anything. Hi Flare, you're the best. Aw, thank you so much for joining the chat. You're the best too. Had my jab on Thursday and didn't really feel much aside from an achy arm, but then Friday came along and Friday evening came and feeling a little bit lethargic, not gonna lie, but beats having a fever, I'm not gonna lie, because when I had my first jab it was a bit of a fever afterwards, but that soon cleared. But I'm hoping by either tomorrow or Monday the lethargicness would go away. But on the bright side to these sort of things, that you know that they work when you have some symptoms from having a jab and stuff like that. Thank you. Yeah, I hope you're doing okay too. Yeah, I'm doing okay. Aside from this lethargic feeling, I'm feeling quite good. And lethargic is just another word for tired. So yeah. 13 people watching right now. That beat the concurrent live viewers on Wednesday's view. So yeah, hope you're all having a lovely day where you are. What is the current game that you're playing right now where you are? Like, what is that one game that you're playing on? Like, a lot of people are playing the new Resident Evil game. Like, probably for one reason alone. That is the big, tall, 8-foot lady in there. I'm not gonna lie, she is quite appealing, but still. I like to play a game for the game itself, not just one aspect. And that one aspect is one thing, one character, stuff like that. Hello Flare, everyone. Hello Fallen Angel 2356. Welcome to the chat. Hope you all having an absolutely wonderful day. Okay, it's currently 8 PM. I'll probably wait another 2 minutes or so. That's all. That's all it is. Usually it takes people a few minutes to get like the notification and stuff like that, just to allow people to have the most opportunity that they can to get on board while it's happening. So, on Wednesday's live stream, we picked out Nightmare of Melini, which is one of the games that I dreaded. But we went through that game, and I'm playing a lot of Genshin Impact. Oh, nice! I've heard a lot about that game as well, and even a friend recommended it to me to play on the channel, but I feel like it's a bit too much of, you have to pour money into it in order to actually get anything out of it. Hello, Alexander Kenshin. Hello from Italy, Flare. I really hope today's game is something I like. It's from a box, so it could be something you like, or it might not be something that you've heard of before. It could be something you don't like. It's all up in the air as to what it could be. So yeah, thank you very much and welcome to the stream, firstly, and second of all, thank you for typing down a comment in the comments, in the comment live section. Trying to think of something on the spot is quite, and a lot of time consuming. Yeah, I can imagine so. Those kind of games are time consuming. Like, you have to put in a lot of hours in. It's kind of like if you're playing a game with farming, which is a requirement in order to actually get through, in order to get to the final boss of your game and stuff like that. Hello, Luke King, welcome to the chat. While I play Dragon Raja, it's really cool, and some off-fan games. Yeah, I've been playing an off-fan game very recently, or still at the moment. It's called Sincere Deceit. I love RPG horror games. The Man series is my... Oh, you mean the Estrangement series? Like the Crooked Man, the Sad Man, the Boogeyman, and the Hanged Man. Yeah, I like those games as well. What is your favourite protagonist out of the series? Like, I don't know why, but I personally like David Hoover most. I think, even though he's had the most, like, entries within it, I kind of like his backstory the most, sort of thing. Like, his struggles of going through his life and stuff like that. It'd be ironic if we actually selected the Crooked Man today, I'm not going to lie. And for people who's going to say, well, the Crooked Man is made in Wolf RPG Editor, it's close enough. When you think of two different games, you think of like the Crooked Man and Eve, you think of like the same area of kind of games. Okay, have you already played the Hanged Man, my favourite characters? I have already played it, and I think Will in the second half of the game is pretty cool. But in the first half, he's a little bit of a wimp, I'm not going to lie. Right, we're going to be getting the box of mystery right now. This is the box in question. And I'm giving it a bit of a shake so that people can tell that I'm not trying to select a specific game. There we go. Sorry for hitting the microphone like that. The boom arm of it all. So for those watching right now, if you like the stream so far, then please consider hitting the like button. It lets me know that people are liking the stream so far. So let's see. Let me select a random game. Kirby's around, and let's see, I've picked a game out. It looks pretty long, I'm not gonna lie, no puns intended. So the game in question, let's see, oh yeah, let's see, we've got ourselves I've done this challenge a long time ago. Like, we entered one end of the spectrum and now we're going into the fire. Purgatory 2 Demonic Mode. I played this game really recently, and an even more recent version called Demonic 2. So Purgatory 2 Demonic Mode is essentially a beefed up, no story, boss rush mode of the game. So we're going to be at this for 2 hours. Ouch. Yeah, if you know that game and you know what I mean by when I... Okay. I'll put that over there just in case people wonder. I really love this one. Oh my god. I'm so glad it's like the opposite end of the spectrum from my Wednesday's live stream of playing Nightmare of Malini, which is like one of my most feared games of all time. Okay, folks. We are going to find Purgatory 2 Demonic Mode. Let's see. Is it in my... No, it must be in my downloads bin. Let's see, Purgatory 2, there we go, Purgatory 2 Demonic Mode. I don't have to worry about any save files because the game itself doesn't have save file opportunities. Let's see, click on the game, stuff like that, turn my own volume down, and we're going to be moving to the other screen. Here we go. Just got to set up the window for the game so it's actually on there, and... there we go. What a pick. What an absolute delightful pick. But in other ways, it's not going to be a delightful pick because there's literally going to be little to no story. And for those who have not played Purgatory 2, then I don't recommend looking through this, because this is going to go through each of the different bosses which are going to be included in the game if you're looking to go through the normal game yourself. But this one is where the AI is really ramped up. And I did this challenge when this game came out. Like, I did it a long time ago when it was released in the end of February. It took me like 16 hours to try and complete this demonic mode. And each step of the way, besides like the first 30 minutes where I was just trying to fathom out what's going on, I hated every bit of it. No, in all seriousness, I do like it. But it's a very, very interesting challenge, to say the least. Hello, Mathio, welcome to the stream. I remember you from the previous stream as well. Thank you very much for joining today as well. This is more catered for those in America. Thank you, good luck. Thank you very much for that. Can I beat this challenge a second time, or will we falter? Will I rage again from the obvious half-tile instances, or will I fall prey to the unresponsive buttons on the first stage? So for those who are just wondering which game we're playing today, we picked out Purgatory 2 Demonic Mode. Now, this is not going to cover both the Demonic Mode and Purgatory 2. If we pick Purgatory 2 another day, then obviously we'll be playing through that one. But this is another sort of hell like Nightmare Malini, but on a different scale. And this kind of hell I'd prefer, because I know what I'm doing, and there's a set path going on throughout this lovely adventure and stuff like that. Right. I think we are ready to go through this, and I think the first few times going through this game will be very sketchy, because I have not played this in a hot minute. So I'll probably go through like the general strategy as to... This will be amazing, good luck. I'll probably go through like my general strategy as I'm going through, but obviously if I'm quiet most of the time, that just means that I'm concentrated. But I don't know what I'll do if I, let's say, complete this before the 2-hour mark, in which I hope to give myself on these streams. I may just actually, oh gosh. Lovely, lovely. Well, press F12, that's going to be easier than seeing that jump scare. I hope I pressed F12 in time not to give you all a jump scare. So yeah, very rusty start. Very rusty start. I'm just going to change my display, hopefully that doesn't muck anything up. Because in Wolf RPG Editor you can change the screen size without altering anything. Yeah, that looks good. And the game still looks good, everything like that. So yeah. Lovely days. It appears larger on my screen. A wonderful first try. Yeah, it definitely was a good try. I'm a bit rusty. Who would think I would be the 4th one ever outside the developer that would be to complete this game? The first person in the English version of this game to complete it. Like, that's something I can say that is I'm very proud of. And already making mistakes here and there. Oh dear. Oh dear. Looks like I have to go for the second plan of this, which is to go around. I was hoping that the fast one would still be behind me, because if the fast one's not behind me, then what would happen is that it will just cut across through the blood and stuff like that. That is where you have to go through it, but you have to be dead on center with that button, otherwise it's just going to be a really bad time. And having this live stream means that, well, I can't cut any parts which I'm going to be angry at. Oh dear. Like, the one I'm going to find easiest is the 3rd boss, because that one literally is the case of you follow a very set route and it always works. Okay, this is my first semi-good run. Oh gosh. You have to wait for it at the top a little bit there so that it can, what you would call it, I don't know now. Okay, have to go around like that. This is not my usual strategy. Get away from me. Get away from me. Okay. Oh, I missed it, damn it. Oh well. That's no good. So those of you who just joined the stream, we're playing Purgatory 2 Demonic Mode. That was the game that was picked from the box itself. Somehow I get the theme that the games which have a longer title are more likely to be picked because of the size that they are. So when I feel a longer one next time, I'm going to try and disregard it and try and go for a shorter title game, just to vary things a little bit. But yeah, it's going to be the same things over and over again. This part is literally going to be like the same, like the same thing you're going to see over and over again. But it's just one of those things. Right, that's that one. Hit that one, and then escort your... Oh no, I hit that. Damn it. I didn't want to hit that. Cool. And you just scoot along by that one, which is what I want to do. What I want to do... Hello! Welcome to the chat. If anybody comments while I'm playing and I ignore it, I don't mean to ignore it. It's just the fact that this mode requires extreme concentration. And anything important, I'll catch up when I have a moment. Right. Go down there. Oh no, I'm a bit too late. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, that was a bit risky right there. Like, that doesn't normally work, but I'm glad when it does. Okay. You go down there. 14 people watching me in Purgatory. Thank you very much. It's fine. Thank you very much. Do not worry about not responding or not interacting. Let's see, go in there. What you playing? I'm playing Purgatory 2 Demonic Mode. This is a ramped up no story version of Purgatory 2. And you're going to be in for a delight when you realise that this game is not what you would call easy. This is the definition of Purgatory in a game form. Unless, of course, you're playing something like Dark Souls. This is actually the Dark Souls version of Purgatory 2. Oh no, I'm already half a tile down too much. Oh, great. Oh, nah. I'm just going to restart that one. I kept getting caught up along those pipes. And that's one thing about that particular section. It's unfair because of the pipes overhead. Like you see these pipes here, but there's many of them, and it kind of covers up where the gaps are in which you need to walk through. And that's no good. That's no good whatsoever. So this is probably the only no-story game which we're going to cover throughout these live streams, with also the exception of Umaniki as well, if that game. This game has no jump scares, has it? Yeah, it has jump scares, but I try and press F12 as quickly as I can so that the jump scares do not appear. But I can't guarantee you that jump scares won't appear. Like in this first phase, oh no, damn it. Okay, but if I press F12 in time, then there won't be jump scares. But we're all here together in it. Each and every one of us. Each and every single one of us are throughout the journey of Purgatory. In this Purgatory. You're going to see this screen a lot, unfortunately. Cool. Escape from Subject 001. It's really fascinating about the different subjects in this game. And the different demon classes. Like, some of them are fragile but powerful, and others are huge but they're kind of immobile. What we have to do here is select 8 different buttons. And in order to do that, we need to go around the course in a specific way. And I would probably die it 10,000 times though. I probably have died that amount. For that particular button there, if you don't get it bang on perfect in the center when you select it, you'll find out that the rightmost demon that spawns will actually kill you. And if you don't wait... Oh no, I don't want you to be like that. I don't want you to be like that. Oh gosh, that means you're going to be closer and all that. Same. I can understand. This is definitely like a very, very hard game. And it's meant to be hard. Yeah, I was like, wow, they have like different abilities and stuff. Like these details about demons in this game. Run away from the flashy red dudes. Yep, that's one way of thinking about it. And welcome to the chat, X Hugo. Vomit X? Not sure how to pronounce your name there, sorry. VX Mitt. Yeah, always get away from the big flashy red dudes. Also, if you're liking the stream so far, then please make sure to leave a like on the stream itself. Thank you. Let's see, 17 people watching. Lovely, welcome to this hell. But such a small man. Small but powerful. No pun intended. Right. Let's go through here, up there, over here. Yeah, some of these pipes obscure where you need to go. Oh, this area always freaks me out. Nah, I'm not going to let that get to me. It's just trying to go up and down. There's like a tile which you can go through, and if you're not perfect, then it's literally going to kill you. Like, you may as well just restart if you know you're going to fail. And in that second phase, there is a small margin of error. But in the fourth phase, there's absolutely... What device are you playing on? Windows? Yep, I am playing on Windows. Windows 10, 64-bit. Go down here. We're literally manipulating the fast one's movements. Like the first one that spawns, that is your main threat. The others are not so much, but you always have to keep an eye out. But we don't want the fast one to be caught up by a slow one in most scenarios. Otherwise, what will happen is that the fast one will take a shortcut. Like here's okay. It will take a shortcut through a pool of blood, and it will literally sideswipe you. Yeah, it's going to take a bit. And if we complete it before the 2 hours are up, then we'll essentially just try it again and stuff like that. You're going to see the same screens, and apologies if there's a minimal amount of story going on, because literally there is no story. Oh, I pressed that button, for goodness sakes. Does the pattern change, or is it the same? When it comes to where they spawn and stuff like that, the patterns are the same. Where they move, it can be a bit RNG when it comes to like where they're actually going, because sometimes they may take a different direction in which you need to anticipate. Also as well, when you press the 7th button, Hello Visual Novel Village, welcome to the chat! What up my dude? I'm playing Purgatory 2 Demonic Mode, which is an RPG Maker-esque game, which is a shorter but harder version of the original Purgatory 2 game, in which hardly anyone has beaten. But I've beaten it. Like, I could possibly put like my successful run through, or in the chat itself, so that you guys can see like the successful run when I managed to do it through 16 hours of of practicing it over the course of 3 days after its release. I was hoping to get it like on the day when the translation team members of Thea retired, so it's like a on the day celebration sort of thing. Thank you very much, Prince Panthea. Is that how you say your name? And there's a little tick by your name. I wonder what that is. Like a what do we call it? A publicly viewed subscriber or something like that. Oh no, I went half a tile down too much. And that's another thing. If you go down a tile too much or go up a tile too much, it's literally one tile's worth of movement gone away. Okay, this is the furthest I've made it. But, damn it. Nah. Oh, God's sakes. I was just a hair away from being able to succeed in that. What does that tick actually mean? It doesn't let me get a highlight of what that tick means on Prince Panthea's name. Well, I'm glad it's not a speedrun, otherwise I would have already started and failed. There's another thing, like, I would probably do. It's like try and do the fastest ever, like, the fastest ever run on this game. The fact that this one doesn't have saves makes me feel so nervous, but at the same time I feel very determined to beat it in one run. Yes, that is the challenge of it. It's not just getting through every stage, but it's getting through every stage flawlessly. Like this first stage, it's you can manipulate the demons, but you always have to look at the first one that spawns, because that is the fastest one. That's the one that's always going to be on your tail. And you can manipulate the slower ones to try and block its path. But the problem with that is that it can take shortcuts through the blood itself. So when it can take shortcuts, it will literally ambush you, which is why you want to manipulate its movement. You don't want a You don't want to set a routine where it's far away from you, otherwise it will come at you where you least expect it. You have to manipulate it. You have to control the battlefield. And when I'm trying to describe that, I missed the button there. Not to worry though, a small mistake like that can be rectified. Although at all times you've got to make sure where the slower ones are. And ideally you want them to be near enough in the center of the map so you can manipulate where they are at all times. But this fast one is right behind me and I'm going to have to miss out on that button there. If I press it and try and go back onto this row, it will literally kill me. And that's not what we want. We may delay it for a little bit. Do you remember how you reacted when you first seen the jump scares of the game? I think I was pretty terrified of them, I'm not going to lie. They kind of were a bit frightening. But myself, I'm pretty numb to them. But others may not be numb. Oh, for goodness sakes, this is going to be bad. But yeah, I was done for there. But just a quick way of getting back to the menus by pressing F12. And number one, that makes things quicker. But number two, we avoid seeing the jump scare and the death scene right there. And it's not a pretty death scene, I'm not going to lie. It's literally the subject itself swallowing the protagonist's head. And blood splattering everywhere, which is kind of not ideal to have on a stream. But when you look around you here and you just see a bunch of red, you know that things are not going to be a terrific time. Like blood splattered here. Ideally, you want that slow one to just trap it here. And the only reason why you wanted to trap it in this part is because you're literally traveling in a straight line. So therefore the demon tries to travel forward, but it can't because the slow one is slowing it down. Now if you want like a world record sort of thing, then you want that demon to spawn to the right to slow it down just a little bit. And that would mainly be on the when you go from the 6th button to the 7th button. To be honest, the CGs of this game is pretty cool. They are pretty cool. Like, not the most hugely detailed CGs, but they are pretty good for the game itself. Oh, that was lucky. If I tried to go half a tile too much more to the right, I would have been done for there. Yeah, 2 demons spawn when you press the 7th button. Number 1 that patrols the last button, but number 2 one from the top right of the map. And it would be impossible to go to the 7th button and try and travel to the right to get to the 8th button because the last demon that spawns is near enough identical to the first one that spawns. So that's why you kind of want to go from, let's say, if you're traveling from this direction, you want to go this way, rather than trying to go this way. Because the last demon that spawns literally spawns up there. Righty-ho, Area 2. Oh gosh. One thing I hate about this engine is the half tiles. It makes movements more precise, but it makes the margin of error twice as big. If you get what I mean, then you know what I mean. I went half a tile down too much. That's bad, and half a tile up too much. You can see how close this thing really gets. You don't want that at all. Half a tile up too much. Oh no, this is a bad... I keep making it to where I need to go, but I keep making it so that I'm half a tile up too much or half a tile down too much. Hello, Keanu Blue. Welcome to the stream. Hope you will have an absolutely wonderful day where you are. I apologise to those who are expecting me to succeed on like the use Emma's decoy. I wish I could. But it's like a one-time decoy. Yeah, Loki knows how much I dislike Emma. Emma's one of the characters in this game, and she is not a likable character. I mean, she's a good character for the story of the game, but as a character, with her traits and all that, she is about as dislikable as it gets. Like, honestly. I cannot stand the way she talks to others, and herself being a rich person all just makes her an extra level of smug. How's everyone doing? Yeah, how is everybody doing on this fine day? Let's see, you want to follow that around. Bring you down just a little closer so that you don't go down, but... half a tile trying to go to the right too early. But that is perfectly fine. I still see 0 likes. Maybe it's like an error of the stream itself. How's the stream looking actually? Ah, it still looks good. It still looks pretty Gucci. Let's see. Keep this all going. Yeah, some of these games would have like pretty graphical details to them. Like this one, for example, has a lot of them. But this one's like mostly visual, rather than like you trying to interpret what's going on through the story itself. Okay, I should have selected that second button there. Oh dear, I waited around for too long for that one. Okay, there's going to be a bit of a make it up as you go strategy right here. Like, this is not the way to go. Oh dear, that one spawns there. Don't remember it spawning there. Okay, where is the next... Okay, that was a dud run anyways. That is not the way I would want to go. I have a very set path in which I want to go. And if I don't follow that set path, then it's going to be a literal case of I make it up as I go along. I'm doing well, and I didn't expect you to live stream Purgatory play. I've been watching your RPG playthroughs for a while, I enjoy it all, and I'm doing alright. Got a late start tomorrow morning, so you're definitely one from the west side of the world then, if it's a good morning to you. And by the way, good morning to you. Let's see. I have 2 variants to this little bit. Number 1, it depends if the slow demon is in front of the fast one, or second one is if the fast one is in front of the slow one. But all times you don't want the fast one to be too far away from you. Like here is okay because you've got a massive box stopping it from advancing towards you. But see this bit here? If I travelled down immediately, then it would literally go down through the blood and stop me from advancing. Oh, I pressed it too early, which means it's going to be... there we go. Oof, that was close. So yeah, I'm still enjoying playing through these games 7 years down the line, or however long I've been on YouTube for. Like, there's always different games coming out. Hello, Remy. Welcome to the chat. We're playing Purgatory 2 today, but not just Purgatory 2. The very difficult version of Purgatory 2. Literally, it's like if you're looking for a Dark Souls version of an RPG Maker S game, this is it in a nutshell. Hello, Mirakea. Welcome to the chat. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Oh no, I was saying hello to somebody and I mucked up my movements. It's not your fault, it's me just trying to say hello. But we're here for the long run anyway, so that means faster for me. Hello, Kitty Gotcha. I remember I was playing like my second scary game when a friend had jump scares, which almost gave me a heart attack. I gave up playing it. Yeah, I can imagine jump scares being a turn off for some people when it comes to these sort of games. And that's why I think that Let's Players are kind of like a happy medium, because you're not suffering alone within these games. It's like, yes, the jump scare is still there, but there's somebody there with you to absorb 50% of the scares with you, sort of thing. I hope that makes sense. Don't do that. I want you to follow around the box. And that box, if it wasn't there, I would have a completely different strategy. Like that one box there, up there, which you can manipulate the demon around. That's a thing. That's a thing. But it's kind of good with this area, actually. Oh, come on! I pressed that button twice! You've got to be kidding me. Great. I was a bit tired, but I'm chilling now. Good for you. Good to you not being tired. I'm still feeling a little tired from my jab on Thursday. Like, I had my second you-know-what jab, and the first day I was feeling fine up until the evening, where I started to feel a little lethargic. And the second day, I'm still feeling lethargic. But overall, I'm very good. I mean, I'm good enough if I'm playing this game. If I was feeling beaten down and just wanted to relax, this is not the game for that kind of scenario. Like, getting from the from the first button to the second button, I always think that trying to press that button is a requirement. Okay, we have to be guesswork right here, folks. Yeah, the second area is pretty hard. You have to be near enough perfect, not absolutely perfect. You want to know what perfect is? Let's try doing the fourth area then without any mishaps. Then I can show you what a perfect run has to be like. Okay, I have to... Yeah. I didn't know the predictions of that particular demon. Doing alright, hanging out after having breakfast. Good for you. What's the situation like where you are when it comes to like restrictions and stuff like that? Because I know certain areas are really, really bad right now. Like, let's say India and Brazil. Well, I think they're like the two worst places in the world right now to do any kind of relaxation and stuff like that. I'm sorry that you guys are seeing the same thing over and over again. It's literally me just doing mistakes and stuff like that. Like, I'll be better if I don't talk, but then what would be the point of a live stream if you don't talk? And also as well, I'm not looking to succeed today. If I do succeed, then we'll literally just go through this again, actually. Like, I could go one day to try and get like the absolute perfect run, so that therefore there'll be no way for somebody else to beat it unless they perfectly mimic my movements. Not too many spikes. That's good to hear. Spikes as in rise of cases in an unnatural and worrisome way. Let's see. On the last button! That was a mistake! Oh, goodness sakes. That one bit there. That one bit where I tried to go down and the game didn't allow me to go down. That costed that run. Oh dear. I know what I need to do. I remember my strategy very, very clearly. It's all just a matter of having all the stars align. I think you should focus on this more because I feel like it doesn't matter. Honestly, it doesn't matter. I feel like it's more of a reward if I can do this while being occupied just a little bit. Like, it feels like then I can multitask. And when people say that men can multitask, it's a bit like a myth. Right. Variant 2 of the strategy is if a fast demon is right there with you. But you can use this little square to your advantage, because the slow one, it will take shortcuts around there. One bump costs you the game. Yep, it does. But don't worry, you can always try again. I live out in a more rural area. Restrictions have loosened up some. Yeah, that's kind of like a bit of an advantage for people living in rural areas in comparison to urban areas. Number one, it's less populated, but also number two, there's more air to breathe. And less buildings for the, what you would call it, the pathogen to be trapped in. Go along there. Whoop-de-doop. Let's see, press that. If that one's literally right behind you, then you can cost going that way. And then literally trying to get the fast one to be behind you as it tries to scoot around to the left. And these buttons sometimes can't always be pressed. I don't know why. It's really annoying. Right here. Good. Get that one down here. I'll wait just that little bit there. Just a minuscule amount. Oh gosh, that slow one. That slow one nearly got me. I'll press that one too early. Right. If you press it... Oh gosh, you don't want to press it too early. That's to the right. If you press it, like, late, then that's a bonus. Because you get a bit more time there. Okay. First area done. Yes, for those of you who probably just joined the stream, we're playing Purgatory 2 Demonic Mode, which, if you've not heard of it, is a version of Purgatory 2, but without any story, and it's far, far more difficult to get through the boss sections of the game. Like, it's designed so that if you make one mistake, then it's a literal game over. And there's no saves as well, so you have to start from the beginning, which what makes the challenge even more spicy. Like, when I completed this for the first time, I could have literally said at the beginning of the video, oh, at the end of the video, you know, you could make this just a little bit harder, you know. And I'll be like, I don't want to go through the challenge again. I don't want to risk my own life again and stuff like that. I'll look at that comment when I've got a moment to breathe. Okay. Oh goodness, no. There's no saves. No, there is no saves. There is no save points in demonic mode, which is what makes the challenge even more risky, even more spicy. Right, that's the second one completed. Just look at that demon. If you think that fire doesn't solve problems, then I don't know. It solves problems, but it also creates problems. Open that up. Go in here. This is the third phase, and I consider this to be my favorite one because it's the easiest one. You burn. I hope that one character doesn't actually demonetize his live stream later on because of potential nudity. Yeah, fire, burn. What you do with insects. And speaking of insects, hello, Demon 033. Look at you. You're hideous. Not even your own mother loved you. It's not over yet. Prepare to have your spirit crushed. And you will. Oh. I loaded DO33 with demonic AI. It will whip your willpower to shreds. Little do you know, I have a perfect strategy for you. And if I muck this up, then it's my fault. Because this is technical rather than luck-based. You go there, it'll go back up to the top left, press these buttons, and then press the middle. Just like that. It's that easy. And I discovered it by accident. Like, I was just experimenting with this stage a little bit. How many phases are there? 4 phases. But the last one is most difficult. If you make a shred of an error, you're done for. If you make even the tiniest of mistakes, you're done for. Oh wait, we've got to move. Oh dear. And the weird thing is, this is the earliest chronologically staged thing, but it's most difficult. But yeah. Also, you hear some button smashing as well, because we've got some doors to go through. Hello. You look hideous. It's time for you to die. Okay. We'll do that. Oh no, I made it. I made a mistake. Oh, yeah. I'm going to still keep going. Yeah. Yeah. No, don't be quiet. Please don't be quiet. Please, chat, don't be quiet. Just because I'm concentrated doesn't mean that you can't talk. Like, literally, there are plenty of opportunities for me to be able to catch up on the chat when I've got a spare minute. And that spare minute is literally just waiting for phases to happen and stuff like that. Please, by all means, chat to yourselves. Ask yourselves how your days have been and stuff like that. What current games you're playing and stuff like that. Please. Please do it. I'm not saying you have to, by the way. I'm just saying it could be nice. I really like to see the story of the game. I will do when we play the normal Purgatory 2 of this game. And I've also got a full Let's Play of this game as well on the channel itself already. Okay, I need to get you away from the slow one. Oh god, another suffering again. I know, it's going to be a lot of those. And there's a game similar like this that I'm going to be running, and that is called The Witch's House MV Extra Mode No Save. And extra mode is an extra difficulty version of the normal Witch's House game. I've played Omori. I haven't played it to where I've gotten all of the endings because it is such a long game, but I have played it. I've played to at least one of the endings. That was so close we could start all over again. Yes, exactly. And that's a good thing about games. When we muck up, we can try again. It's not like in real life where if you muck up once, that's kind of it. But if you consider all of these runs as different timelines, then yeah, you could probably consider it as that. Yeah, I played Omori. You can find it on the channel itself. If you just search Omori on my channel, then there'll be a bunch of videos. Some of them varying in lengths, like the last one was like about nearly 2 hours because I was just literally wanting to get through the game. Will you do a stream on it? If I select the game from the random box, then yes, I will do a stream of it. That's one of the games I put in the box itself. It won't cover the entirety because it is just simply too long. Oh no, I've mucked up there. Mucked up there. I'm not gonna let you kill me, so I'm gonna take myself down. No, when I initially completed this, I literally did not talk throughout the duration. Probably little bits here and there, just when I wasn't actually in danger. So, if I complete this while being distracted, I consider that an extra victory. The first victory in the English game, but also the first victory in the English game while doing a live stream and stuff like that. Like, I think that in itself is another challenge. Will you go around the box? You may think... Okay. You may... It would be hilarious to see you play The Witch's House MV on Extra. Yeah, it would be. And I'm not going to lie, that is not as hard as what I'm trying to do right now. Like, nowhere near as hard. Like, The Witch's House MV, not saving, that itself is easier because you don't have half tiles. And what I mean by half tiles is, you see these tiles on the floor, you can literally move on the lines of the tiles. Whereas in RPG Maker, it would register it as a sort of, you walk over the tile. This is going to be bad because the demon down here is going to catch up and kill me. It's... Oh no! I could not make that. You have to press that button when you initially go there because it means that the second demon that spawns has a bit more time to go up. Which means you have a bit extra room to play with. So hopefully you all have an absolutely wonderful day where you are. Sorry for repeating the same part of the game, but that is what we picked, and that's what is happening. Come on, go around here. Not want you to be caught up by the abyss that is this game. Okay, so if it's not half tiles which will catch me off guard, then it's these buttons. It's literally the two catalysts towards my demise. Irresponsive buttons and half-tile movements. Too much or not enough? Demonic mode just turns into a memory game. It does actually. Like, you build a rhythm and you stick to that rhythm. If you know it works, then you're always going to rely on that rhythm. It's kind of like muscle memory. Like, if you're learning to drive, for example, then you don't think about where the clutch is. If you're a driver who drives a manual car, you just remember where it is. Oh no, I didn't press that button in time. I could have made it, but if I try to press it then and there, then it would either be a 50-50 of whether or not that demon would get me or not. It's starting to get dark. Yeah, it's currently nearly 8:45 in the UK. Yeah, that box is very important. If that box wasn't there, then you have to follow around the top of the map. And I don't think that would be very viable, which would require another strategy involving waiting. Which involves waiting. Waiting around. Good, good, good. Right, follow you through. Oh gosh, you're held up. I'm going to need to wait for the fast one to get past that slow one. And... oh no, not again. I don't want you to be held up. Okay, here is fine. You can be held up here. Like, I don't mind if you're held up there. But not while there is a shortcut in which it can take. There we go. The first area done. Of this timeline. Have you drank water yet? I've drunk plenty of water before going into this. Like, whenever doing a recording, like a pre-recorded session, then Hello, Elriki. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having an absolutely wonderful day where you are. So I always make sure that I'm hydrated before doing a pre-recorded session, because one of the things that you don't want to run to is dehydration. But also as well, you don't want to run into starvation as well. But also the need to go to the toilet as well, which I already do before going into a recording session. Unless, of course, I need to go again, which is incredibly rare. That was perfect right there. That's not. Oh, no. Oh, no, no. Hello, Elriki. I hope you're having a good time here. Sorry I have to leave the stream for a few... That's okay. You do what it is that you need to do. Hey, Hartha and Ali, how are you all? I'm literally just reading the chat as I'm going along. Oh, dear me. That's okay. Don't worry about that. Do not worry. Do not worry about being AFK or anything like that. Flare, would you not look at the chat? When you're in concentration, though, just be concentrated. But at the same time, continue chatting amongst yourselves when you do. Oh dear. So yeah, this is not what you call a pleasant game, considering the visual aesthetics of the demon that's trying to kill me, or has killed me. Right. I may go for another, like, glass of water around 9 o'clock. I'm feeling okay. I'm a bit lethargic from having my second jab, but other than that, I'm feeling fine. Like, some people, they get hay fevers, not hay fevers, but fevers themselves, or something a bit worse than that. That was my fault. I tried to press that button, but the game did not respond. Purgatory demonic mode again. Yep, I like this kind of thing. Do you know why? Because it gets me into the mode of trying to do something that is Dark Souls related. Right. Oh, this is going to be bad. It's going to cut through the... I didn't press it in the center anyways. Yeah, Purgatory demonic mode again. Besides, welcome to the chat, old Ego Ease. Yeah, so at around 9 PM for where I am, I'm going to take a short break. But also I need to shut my bantams up because it's getting dark. So 2 different reasons to have a short break. Bantams are like small chickens. Just think of like a chicken, but smaller. Press that. Cool. And yep, this is my ideal strategy. Just let it follow me. Good. You're literally just sliding across that one. If you press it slightly too early, which means pressing it when you're on its left, or pressing it to the right, a bit too late, then it'll literally lunge in towards you. Oh, I don't want you to be like that, thank you. Here is okay though. This means we've got extra time to work out. Look, I pressed that button, game. Would you stop being so uncooperative, please? But at least this screen is behind me. That's fine. We're fine. Everything is okay here. Come on, game. Come on, engine. You're doing this to me again. Like, are you seriously going to do that to me? You and Misao got me started on my RPG craze. I'm glad that in some way I've helped people get into like RPG Maker games and stuff like that. Like, this is like for me one of my favourite kind of games. Oh, come off it! I pressed that button. It's like that run in particular, I got huggled up by irresponsive buttons. But my most viewed video is a Misao video, where I was literally going through all of the different deaths that you could find within the definitive edition of the game, which is available on Steam. And that's also another game in which we are able to play. That's one of the games that I've put within the mystery box. Cool. Love now. Good. These buttons sometimes are not responsive. And I could sit there for like a few seconds and they literally would not respond. It just depends on what the engine is feeling like at that particular moment. Does it want to be pressed or not? Now if you want to get the fastest time, then you preferably want the fast demon to be behind you. Otherwise you have to wait for it. Like here, you have to wait for it. Good. Goody good. Go up here. Press that. And there we go. Be right back. 15 people. And we've cleared the first section of the game again. Like, if it's a error on the third phase, imagine your computer shutting down when you finish the second phase. No, what would be bad is if your computer shut down when you complete the fourth phase. Now, that would be heartbreaking. RPG Maker game has always been my kind of thing since Mad Father has caught my attention back then. The first game I ever watched was Misa, but the first game I ever really played was Paranoiac. And that was before the remake version of the game. Like, I was watching Markiplier play Misao, and I was thinking, well, this is kind of interesting. Like, this really creepy girl on the front thumbnail, which is Haniko. Nah. If I could have gone straight there, then maybe I could have done it, but no. In Russia, we don't have a lot of people who play RPG horror games, and it's really sad. Like, these games are so amazing, and I was so acid. Oh, I think there was a mistype at the end there. On. If you ever feel like you're distracting me, you're not. You're providing context into the chat itself, which is lovely. That's the kind of thing I want to kind of build, is a lovely, lively community where people can chat along and ask how everyone's days are doing and what their favourite games are and stuff like that. Also, by which, what is your favourite RPG Maker game of all time? If you were to select just one, and you feel like it doesn't matter how many times you've played it, you won't get bored of it. Like The Witch's House, Eve are two very big contenders. Mad Father was your first one too. Cool. Cool, cool. I also like the updated Steam version of the game. Oh, come on, I pressed that button. I press that button like I upload videos when I press the publish button. Damn it, I was not concentrating on where it was. Like, I literally thought it was like directly above me rather than to the right a little bit. Yeah, Mad Father was one of the first ones as well that I looked at. And the whole story with the Drevis family and the maid as well. Excuse me. Excuse me, that was very rude of me. Follow you around there and then go back down south. But yeah, the second one there, if we swan around and do that same route without pressing the button, but then press it, what would happen is that second demon that spawns would come directly from the south and ambush you. Oh damn it, I'm gonna be screwed, yeah. I think Imaginary Friends and To the Moon are my favourite. I haven't played Imaginary Friends to its fullest. I couldn't get to the best ending of that game. It was kind of locked out for me when I was trying to play it. People starting to play less and less RPG Maker and prefer to play something realistic like AAA games or indie games. But again, RPG Maker games are kind of indie games in their own rights. But AAA games, it's kind of hit or miss. Either really big companies, but the people who work there are either motivated by passion or motivated by money. And I feel like at the end of the day, it always boils down to money when it comes to AAA titles and AAA companies. How much money can we get from the game itself? Doesn't matter how good the PR is of that game. I'm talking about you, Diablo mobile game. But the I feel like the passion for AAA games over the years has just slowly dithered away. Not saying it's completely dithered away, but there is a definite difference in the passion behind AAA titles. And I feel like some setups are kind of like a facade, where they say that they're doing well and stuff like that, but in reality it's always going to be a roller coaster. And I haven't played To the Moon yet, actually. I've heard that's like one of the best games out there, really, when it comes to RPG Maker ones. And probably just in general as well, but also very emotional. So kind of like I want to go into it blind. And I haven't watched anyone play it. Oh, come on, I pressed that button. That's going to be an awkward one to try and re-navigate to and all that. Oh dear. Okay, I managed to press it that time, but it's going to be a no. Yeah, that was going to... If that one to the right wasn't going to get me, then one to the left was going to get me, because I gave it too much space. I'm sure people have liked the stream, but it's just showing up as 0 likes and 0 dislikes for me. Like my Wednesday stream, people liked it immediately, but this one, it's not showing up for me at the moment. Clicking the like button lets me know that you people are enjoying the stream. But another thing that people say about when watching my videos or watching my stream is that it's kind of relaxing, so they can do something in the background like doing homework or something like that, and it doesn't feel like a distraction to them. Oh yes, I cried while playing To the Moon. I feel I can relate to the characters and the story itself. Cool. That's very cool to hear. But also it's very generic words, so it's like you're not giving away any spoilers, which I like. But also as well, when we play through these kind of games, we can make our own different conclusions from the events themselves. Like some things are concrete, but other things we can draw up our own conclusions, which is something that I really like. That 7th button was not responsive. Can we try it again? I pressed it. And I get, yeah, I totally watched your channel before my sleep. For a game like this, I don't think it would be best advised watching a game like this before sleep, for goodness sakes. It's relaxing for... Ah, thank you very much for that. Oh, goodness sakes. It's weird how they can go diagonally, but we cannot. Like, that's literally lame. Right, I'm going to give this the last one before I take a little break. No, I'm not in the stream, but I'm just going to get myself a little break. Also as well, Ollie P... Oh, sorry, Ola P. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream. I'm small enough of a channel to say that I can say welcome to everyone. Whereas for people with millions of subscribers, there's so many people in there that they literally cannot keep track of everyone, which is why they have like memberships and stuff like that for people to be on board with. So it's like it differs with chat from the most loyal subscribers to like the but not as loyal subscribers, those who I'm doing my college assignments right now and working on my game while watching you. So you're doing 2 different kinds of productive tasks. That is really multitasking. Like doing 3 things at the same time there. Like I struggle to do one thing, and if it's like this, then yeah, it's going to be definitely it. Okay, but next time is definitely going to be the well, I'm going to take a little break. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I feel like my doom is impending. Yeah, it's impending. Okay, folks, I'm just going to take a little break from here, get myself a little drink, and I'll be right back. Behave in the chats, all of you. Oh! Yeah, the title screen sometimes does have Japanese emote on it. Came back, the title screen scares me. Yeah, the red eyes of Henry and the stuff like that. Okay, water hydration is important. See this right here? It's a glass of water. When it goes all black and the only thing you see is her red glowing eyes, damn scary. Thank you very much for welcoming back. All I did was put my baptisms to bed and get some water. I'm also going to open the window as well because it is actually quite a mild night. There we go. We've got water and we've got air. New game. Going back into this. Thank you very much. Welcome back, everybody. Ah, I feel so welcomed into my own channel. Right. I can imagine soon that my window is going to be permanently open because of summer and all that. And we got determination. Love. Oh, get up there. That box is so important for this strategy. Yep, here we go again. And then the cycle. You could call it a purgatory if you will. Oh, come on, I pressed that. Luckily it's this button, and this button you can afford a small, what you would call, a small adjustment to the strategy. Okay, I need to wait for the fast one to come back. Otherwise, I'm going to be in a real world of annoyance. Oh god, no. Damn it. If you press it half a tile too early, it will get you. If you press it half a tile to the right, it will get you. It's trained so that if you press it right on the button and you go up perfectly, you literally slide along it rather than being caught by it. You may think it's such a stupid strategy, but for me it has worked consistently. Like 99.9% of the time it has worked for me. Yeah, when you get to like no, very fitting title because we're stuck in the same areas. Yep, Purgatory. The same thing over and over and over again. Again and again. While being another again. Alright, so this is a makeshift strategy. Actually, yes. I'm worried about the ones up here going to be ambushing me. Okay, that's kind of worked. That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to press a button immediately when I'm down there, but buttons sometimes do not respond. There's like an 80% chance that it actually works, and at other times it does not work. So yeah, Saturday live streams are more suited for people who live in the west side of the world, so that's like North America, South America, and the evening of Europe as well. But what did you do in the fourth phase? You escaped something which is the equivalent of the Alaskan bullworm from SpongeBob SquarePants. If you know what that is, you know what I mean. If you don't if you don't know what that means, then just simply Google Alaskan bullworm. You know what I mean. And it's literally something that looks like that. But all of these, you're literally just trying to run away from the bosses. And the fourth one is the hardest out of all of them. It's one that A, you get to the least amount of times, but B, because there is no room for error. If you make even a small amount of error, it's game over. You have to be tile perfect. Like what I did right there, that would have costed me. Half a tile up too much. Ugh, that was rough. Oh, come off it. Back had to spend a bit longer to get some dogs situated. That's fine. That's absolutely fine to take a little break myself, so I understand the means of needing to get away from the computer screen for a bit. As you can tell from the beginning of the stream to now, it's a bit darker. Let's see, look, we've been here again. We've been here a lot of times. What the? That kind of weirded out for me for a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like part of the screen was fuzzy for a second for me. I'm not too sure. Perhaps it's just me. Yeah, my favourite RPG Maker game of all time, it would have to be torn between The Witch's House, MV, and The Midnight Train. Come on, button, would you respond when I press you? Like you're supposed to work when the power's on and all that? I don't want to sound like a Karen. I'm going to speak to the manager of this place and tell you that your buttons do not work. And you're pushing my buttons when your buttons don't work. There we go. The only thing I dislike from Purgatory Demonic Mode is the difficulty rise up every time you advance. Yep, that is literally it. The moment you start, that is the easiest part. Oh, no, no, no. Here I am watching a video. Come on, man. What are you doing up at 3 AM? Like, thank you for joining, but for goodness sake, are you going to reach your boiling point? Nah, I'm not going to reach my boiling point. Not this time around. This is a live stream. I don't want to lose my cool on a live stream. And also, what do you like most about Witch's House? I think there's a lot of things I love about Witch's House. Number one, it's not too big. Number two, the story is so captivating. And the puzzles themselves are very intriguing. Like, I like how the puzzles fit with the story of the game itself. Like, when you go through different parts of the game, each of the puzzles kind of like has a tie towards what's happened throughout the story of the universe itself. Now, people say that The Witch's House should have a sequel, but my question is, what exactly are you going to do a sequel from the events of The Witch's House itself? I went right a bit too late there. What can you do with a sequel of A Witch's House? Like, what can you possibly fit into it? Like, we're going to go back to the house and see what kind of state it's in or something like that? So the only thing I could think of with Witch's House for another game is a prequel. Like, with Ellen being the protagonist of the game and sort of all that. And it'll be more like a visual novel, I'd think, because it's a storytelling game. The Diary of Ellen is a storytelling adventure. Like, you're reading through the perspective of somebody who is currently suffering and most likely dying from an incurable disease. That was a bit sloppy there, but guess what? We have made it through unscathed. So there's a lot of things I love about The Witch's House. Oh, that was a bit of a silly thing I did there, but luckily we have the space to work around with. Oh, that's a bit of a nasty. I'm great, thank you. Ah, this commentary is so nice. Sorry if it's a little bit, I don't know, repetitive. Isn't it because I'm doing the same thing over and over again? Whereas if we're playing a more story-oriented game, which is like 99% of other games, then I would have more things to talk about. But thank you very much. Feeding my cat and kittens. Aww. It's nice to hear about different people's pets in their family, because pets are family at the end of the day. Like your dogs, your cats, your chickens, your snake, your squirrels. Hey, even your elephant, your baby elephant. You probably have the room in your backyard to be able to have a full-grown elephant. And hey, why not? If you have the food for it, If you have the money for it, if you have the healthcare for it, then by all means, have yourself an elephant. That was not perfect by any means. It was too close to me, and I already made mistakes. Mistakes. Nah. I kept hitting too many tiles. Too many blocks. Too many pipes. We've seen this area of a game before many times. Second button pressed. Third button pressed. Those two are right next to each other. Once you know where the buttons spawn, you can formulate your own strategy. But that strategy also revolves around A, the placements of where the demons spawn, but also B, how fast they're going. It's not just a game about getting away from it, it's about manipulating them. Like right there, if I didn't wait around, it could have likely just gone up, because that would have been the shortest route it could calculate to get me. And press it. Good. On to the second phase. That really does suck. Like, it's really annoying that you want to have something, but yet you're allergic to it. My backyard is only filled with kitten every time they wanted milk. They will meow really loud, but I can even hear it from far distance. Oh dear. Viella's always been blown to bits. Doubt they'll revive her. Same as Misao, she's already passed on, but still leaves a feeling like what would happen if she were able to return. Is it just me? Well, in Misao, it's kind of got that lore where anything could be possible, because spoiler alert for those who haven't played Misao already, but some of the people that were killed were able to be revived as little babies. Yeah, it does really suck about the allergy thing. Like, one thing that is really bad in life is wanting something, but yet you're allergic to it. Okay, that's a... I found a quicker route, but yet half tiles get in the way. I don't want to lose my core at all. And in fact, I'm not aiming to complete this. Not like I was when I originally recorded this, where I was aiming to complete it. And when you aim to complete something, but you don't get the luck, that really sucks. I got to the fourth phase once. I also got to the third phase once. The third phase, to me, with the strategy I've employed, is by far the easiest phase out of all of the phases in this mode. Also as well, aside from the first phase, you're only dealing with one aspect that will remove you from the run. Aside, actually, I'm just thinking about it now, the fourth phase has a little surprise at the very end of the run itself, if you manage to make it to the very end. Come on, I pressed that button! Yeah, but what can you do? I still pet cats every time I see them, and I feel really bad about it. Yeah, worth it. Sometimes things are worth it. Like, sometimes you've got to make that little bit of a sacrifice if you really want something. But it does really suck about the allergy, though. I may sneeze, I may get a fever, but it's worth it because the temporary reward out of it is wonderful. Damn it! My cat also has an allergy to cats, but she still ends up having a cat of her own. Welcome to the chat, Chloe, but yeah. There's a difference between, like, just having a cat, like, Oh gosh, just approaching one, like, randomly, rather than actually having your own cat if you have an allergy, because it's like you're living with that allergy on a day-to-day basis with the thing that triggers the allergy. So like for me, if I eat wheat, I get a lot of rib pain. And that's just simply because my body is unable to process wheat properly. And that only happened recently. Like, I used to have it when I was much younger, when I was growing up. Like, my body literally could not process wheat at all. And therefore, it would come out bad. Like, it would come out in a more liquid form than a solid form. Right, too, we've been here before. Good. XSplit is showing that I have 0 viewers. What the hell is going on? YouTube is showing that I've got 17. Oh, come on. This goddamn game. I'm gonna die from the one that spawns south now. That's why you got to press it and then go up, so that that second one has time to go up. She really is. She sneezes and can break out in hives, yeah, but she still is over here cuddling her cat. Like, ultimately, at the end of the day, if you're content on doing what you think is right, then go for it. Like, I have a brother who's allergic to cow's milk, but guess what? He has cheeseburgers whenever he wants to, whenever he can access it. Let me press a button, please, game. You're pushing my buttons, but not allowing me to push your buttons. This is simultaneously relaxing, but also intense. If you can get that kind of duality involved, then that is a win-win. I need a fast one to be close to me. Thank you very much. Oh, come on. You're making this process longer by not being responsive, buttons. And speaking of buttons, people name their cats Buttons. You're a little close to me. A little too close to my liking. This is definitely not a speed run, by the way. It's anything but a speed run. I just need that fast one to be further away from me to be able to, for this to work. But it keeps closing the gap in me. This is not going to be good. This next corner could be... Oh! Did it. Okay. My mum was a bit allergic to our long coat. I don't know how to pronounce her name. Lily and Tahati. So I buy for them pretty often so it was less bad. She took her allergy medication. I respect her so much for this, wow. And my sister's, that name, Kira, just snuck out of her room and came to find me. She's on my lap now. Ah, I had a rabbit as a kid named Buttons. Butter not responsive equals, yeah. That is exactly it, Blake, man. When a button is not responsive, it is, in this case, stiff. Thing is, it's really cold today and this little dog has barely any fur whatsoever, so she's curled up on my heating pad on my lap and got a plush blanket over her. I'm getting puppy eyes. Ah, Buttons is a really cute name, actually. It is a cute name. So there's how many different kinds of buttons within the world? It's a name and it's also something that you press. Half a time up too much. I mean, look at that thing. It's hideous. What kind of mother would love that? I had a lung operation because of a cat fur when I was 8, but I love cats so much that I want to be a vet. I apologise for the trigger for having the lung operation itself. I couldn't imagine what it would be like to go for an operation, having a few hours of your life just scraped away because of a operation where you need to be not comatose, but in a sleeping state. Yeah, unlucky turn of events. And that's another thing that I want to do when I do more live streams, is for people to have the confidence to encourage and believe in themselves, one, but also believe in others. Excuse me for that noise. So on Wednesday streams it will be on 9:30 AM British Standard Time. But on Saturdays it will be 8 PM British Standard Times, just to diverse the time zones a little bit. There we go. He went that way. It's exactly what I want you to do. I pressed it too early. It's either... Oh gosh, it didn't respond. When I was younger, we had a huge dog, and my dad named him Boy. Like, seriously, Dad, Boy? I still loved him so much. You can put him within, gosh, what's that game where, oh gosh, the father always calls his son Boy. It's got a very, very involved game and stuff like that. Sharky, like, Kratos' boy. I think that's what I was thinking of, actually. Yes, I believe you will stay here for a long time, JK. Thank you, that means so much to me. Aww. Kira hates being covered up, so she'll use her spiny legs to throw it off, but it'll be fine as long as she can see me, and that's awesome, Mira. And I read that chat in reverse order. Going from bottom to top, which should be top to bottom. Again, no puns intended. Turn that on. Come on, press the button, please. That's not my second time trying to press it. Cool beans. And there we go. Press that button. I'm hoping that the next live stream will be a bit more story interactive rather than game interactive, but I did put it in here. Boy. And Kratos is the more dominant cat as well. There we go. It's okay, I had a cat named Felicia because my auntie decided to start calling her that and she started responding to it. Oh dear. From all the RPG Maker games I really like the most is Tales of the Black Forest and Witch's House. That is a good game actually, Tales of the Black Forest. It's one of the most highest reviewed ones on Steam. So I was like, why not give this game a look at to see what people are going on about? And I have that dog as well, a Jack Russell Terrier. They're such lively things. I used to have 3, but I've only got 1 now because of unfortunate circumstances of... over the years, my first one had a brain tumour, the second one had lung cancer. And as time went on, both conditions just suddenly got worse, and things happen. Unfortunately, these things happen, and yeah, no amount of preparation can prepare you for saying goodbye to a loved one. And you may think it's just a small fluffy thing, but for goodness sakes, when you've been with something for so many years and you've grown up with it, your childhood was with that adorable fluffy pet, it's so heartbreaking when you have to say goodbye to it. Let's see, somehow Buddy got up and down from the roof of our house, which had 2 stories tall. He was a brave little guy. I still have to understand how aren't you getting crazy. Okay. I took 2 cats from the shelter last year. One already had a name, so only I had to name the other Toby after Toby Fox. The roof? Oh my gosh, yeah. Yeah, that's kind of scary when they get to the roof and they don't know how to properly get down. Toby the cat? Awesome! I was thinking of like I don't know why I'm thinking about Tony the Tiger, like Frosties. British, great. I'm really sorry to hear that. Yeah. My second dog, it was around Christmas when we started noticing that it was acting a bit odd, and Mum noticed that his breath wasn't right, but we still didn't really have an idea as to what was going on until we got on the proper examination, and by that time it was already too late. It was in the left lung, but he got operated where the left lung was removed, but unfortunately some of the cells moved on to his right lung. And it was only about like 2 weeks after that until we had to say goodbye. It's heart-wrenching. But if you manage to live to another day, then that pain makes you a stronger person. It's not the being down part, it's the staying down part. It's like when you stay down after the loss of a loved one, which is when a problem really sinks in, because you can't focus on day-to-day life stuff like in a year's time when it feels like it's happened just yesterday. Yeah, unfortunately that's kind of like the easier thing for parents to do when it comes to situations like that, is like they ran away or something like that. In a way it's kind of like, when you're a child, it's more understanding, then it goes through this process, it's had this symptom, and it had to unfortunately be put down because of it. Some things are unfortunately irreversible. Do you know what that's also reminiscent of? Like Santa Claus. Like when your parents tell you when you're younger that Santa Claus is real, then they decide, no, Santa Claus isn't real. I'm like, you betrayed my trust, how could you? I believed in Santa. I had a dog named Popeye after Popeye the Sailor. Me and him grew up together. When he was 15, he couldn't stand nor hold his bladder. We were best friends and I miss him every day. I'm really sorry about that, Chloe, I really am. God, that unresponsiveness is infuriating. Yeah, it is. I feel like we're having two different conversations right now. Number one about pets, and number two about the game, which both are perfectly good in sync, because, well, both chats are A, lively, and B, friendly. But also we can empathise with one another, which is another thing I want going on, is people to be able to feel empathy towards one another. It's sad to lose our beloved ones, but our good memories are the ones that keeps us living. Exactly. Remember them for what they were, not what they were before they died. What they were at the peak of their life, when they're at their happiest, at their most joyful. And then on time that it stole your food. I imagine some of you probably knew some of those times where it stole your lunch, for example, because you left it on the coffee table or something like that, and it had something in it which a dog should not have in it, like onions or grapes or chocolate or anything like that. You're right on that. It is so sad to lose a beloved one. But that keeps us going, knowing that those memories are always within our hearts. And no matter how old you get, that beloved one will always be there. And we're talking about pets while I'm literally playing a game that is really scary. Oh dear. What am I like? The thing is, Plague Man, and I know it doesn't work for everybody, but the situation is, would you rather to have loved and lost, or to not have loved at all? For some people, a pet doesn't work out because it's like a big responsibility, but for others, it's kind of like we need a companion in our lives. I get pictures of all my childhood pets, look at them often whenever I want to remember what they look like. I want to get up and get some ice cream, but Kel is laying on my lap. Yeah, first world problems. You want to get something, but your pet is on your lap. Haven't gotten comfortable where she is, and I don't have the heart to move her. Took a few pics. Oh, lovely. You see, those are the kind of memories that you want to cherish. Even it's like just the small memories. This is going to be... Ooh, contender for winning this one. Contender for winning this one. That was dodgy, but this is a contender. Look at it burn. We're not looking for a speed run. I want to watch it burn. Hot, hot, hot. I can feel myself melting. Okay, Abel. Look at it burn. Just marvel within the wonderfulness of what fire can do. Right, let's move on from the fire. As amusing as fire is, we've got to move on. I mean, I sleep with my cat snuggling on me every time. Wonderful. Also as well, cats and dogs are kind of like miniature water bottles in a way, especially on the winter nights. Right, third phase. You say you're gonna crush my spirit, be it I excel over you. And also, look at its tongue as well. It's so eerie. It's not over yet. Prepare to have your spirit crushed. I really hope I can get a pet where I can get older. Like, it would be very nice to have a cute, fluffy companion with you. Go up here. Ignore all the buttons on the right. Press those. Succeed this time, I believe in you. Thank you, Blake Man. Like, I found that strategy just through trial and error. Like, just trying to get through it. Otherwise, try and deal with DO33 while it's on its rampage. I haven't found out a strategy to try and dodge its attacks, because it moves like 3 times as fast as you do when it's on its rampage. Right, this is the most difficult one. Right, you two guys, you go down that cubbyhole. I don't want them to be anywhere near you. Hope this doesn't sound weird, but have you ever looked into hypoallergenic breeds, Sharky? So hypo sounds, if I'm correct, it is low, but if you say hyper as in H-Y-P-E-R is high. Okay. I may have taken too long to press that. Oh no. There's one door where you have to push it multiple times, and it didn't respond fast enough when I was trying to spam enter on it. If that was much closer, we got to the second screen. Right, we're back here, folks. And before you ask, there are no save slots. Oh, no. I'm going to just cancel that one. Basically, breeds that have less fur and better for people with allergies. I think there are some, like, Egyptian cats where they don't have any fur at all. But then again, it would be too cold out of other climates. You almost made it. Yep, we almost made it. At the very end of the stream, I can link people to my successful run of this game when this game mode initially was released. And it was like a magical moment. I couldn't believe it myself. Yep, I almost made it. I almost made it. But the stars have to align. Every single star has to align. I'm not sure where that saying goes, but it's like, if all the stars are aligned, then anything is possible. I love animals in general, actually. Also as well, in comparison to people, animals are simpler creatures to understand. A person, there's so many complexities to a person. The animals, food, warmth, access to where they can go for their necessities, some toys. I pressed that button right there. I know that's not part of the necessities of having a pet. Yeah, I just think that animals are just so much simpler to understand, and We'll probably not understand like the species themselves, but knowing their needs is more understandable than a person's needs, because every single one of us is different. But then again, that's what makes each and every one of us are vibrant and alive. Sphinx cats have no hair. But what I'm just thinking of is, if we don't live somewhere like Egypt, where it's just unbelievably hot, then I don't think that cat would be able to survive in colder climates. I love the chat is quite chatty as well. I love it. I love that people are talking to one another and all that. What that run got earlier got ruined for sure. Yep. Do not worry about it. This is all good. Like in my initial pre-recording of my first time go through this, like at 1 hour 46 minutes in, I was raging a lot. But for this, I'm not aiming to complete it. Otherwise, if I don't complete it, then I'll be disappointed. But for this, if I complete it, that's good. If I don't complete it, then that's fine. Ooh, good, good, good. One of the dog breeds I work with, the Whippet, is a hypoenergetic breed, and they're fun to be around. Plot twist. All cats and dogs are lovely. It's the owner that's bad. Like if you say there's a bad dog, that's because it had a bad owner to be a bad dog. There's a certain cat that lives in Egypt, but I don't remember their name. Their hair keeps them from being too cold or too hot. They are smaller than the average house cat, but can eat you alive. Okay, that's not a domesticated cat then, I'm not gonna lie. That isn't a domesticated cat if it attempts to eat you. Yet we're on the third phase. I loaded it with a huge amount of AI spirits that will crush you and whatnot. This strategy is flawless. The only thing that will stop you is if you don't time your presses on the buttons. Like, you are a hideous giant spider. Even explosives you just shrug off. Right, this time we're not walking right or running right, which we do with a second phase. We just go to the left. Right, I'm going to stop talking until I either succeed or die again. That is hideous. I failed already. I got held up by boxes in that body at the start. Carol's looking at the screen because of the loud noises. I can only imagine so, especially if it's noises that they don't recognise, which I think 99% of the time noise is coming from a screen. Please don't overdo yourself just to make it to the end. The stream itself is already a nice thing. Don't have to be better. Thank you very much for that, and I'm kind of glad you get on board with the fact that it doesn't have to be a successful run. We're here to have a lovely time. And if it means not complete it, that's fine. If I do complete it, that's fine. Like, I'm not going with this, with the expectations of succeeding. Otherwise, I would be mad. It's all about what you want to put on board. Do you want to succeed, or do you want to just have a casual time? And I want to have a casual time on what would be otherwise a stressful scenario. It's all about how you interpret the situation at the end of the day. Oh, that one was just far away enough to be not going across the blood there. Yeah, I did get ruined again. Oh gosh. Nah. Half a tile too early there. Another 30 minutes. I'll go probably about like 10:15 at the very latest for me. Like I'll probably like end my attempts before then, but do my outro like at 10:15. So I aim for this about roughly 2 hours. Perfect ASMR material. Yeah, my microphone is not good enough for that kind of thing. Like I really want a very, very fancy microphone that other like YouTubers use, which is like really, really clear quality. I just don't have the muns for the setup, because it's not just the microphone itself, but there's also the boom arm that goes with it, and then there's something called shadow powering, I think something like that, which allows the microphone itself to have more power, so you can have it at a lower setting and it still has a really high amount of sound capture. There we go. We're all here just having a good time. I really like the atmosphere. Same here, actually. Everybody is having a chill time. There's no evildoers in the chat. The only evildoers that should be within this entire stream is what's in the game. Like, the only deceptive people should be in the game. Just the game and you're talking is good enough. Thank you. Talking is good enough. I'm just joking. The people in the chat, where are you from? Yeah, that's interesting. I'd like to know where people come from. I would to do an ASMR, but the only good microphone I have is on a pair of earbuds. Like, I have a microphone in mind I want to get, but it's way over £300. But that's just the microphone itself. That doesn't include the accessories you need with it in order to actually power it all up. I hit too many obstacles there. Yeah, this game literally is on hard mode for anybody. Okay, so we've got here in the chat, we've got Russia, we've got Poland, USA. So we've got USA, Georgia, USA, Texas, America, Finland, Turkey. 2 people from Russia. Interesting. Also, for people who don't know, I'm from the UK. So it's always fascinating to know where people come from. And is it like midnight Russia at the moment? Or like, gosh, 10 to 1 or 10 to 2? It depends which part of Russia you're in, because that country has multiple time zones. Like, if you think about how wide Russia is, then, oh gosh, then it would span across multiple time zones. Oh, damn it. Philippines, that must be very late over there then. Like about 4 o'clock or something. I went left for some odd reason. Ah, 11:48 in Moscow, cool. So only 2 hours ahead of the UK, so you must be in quite a western part of Russia then. What am I thinking about? Moscow is a western part of Russia. My bad. I only saw the time and not like the actual city itself. My bad, folks. Ladies and germs, boys and girls. Oh, come on, I pressed that button. I pressed that button. I smashed that button. Just like smashing the like button. There we go. I hope Turkey wasn't named because the person who founded the country saw Turkey and thinking, yeah, that's a good name for the country. Oh, come on. These unresponsive buttons. 4 AM where you are. Indonesia, wow. Is it like it's going to be good night for you, or is it like early in the morning? 4:50 p.m. in Eastern Standard Time. Cool. Like, my Wednesday streams are more catered for the eastern side of the world, where it would be like late afternoon or early evening for, let's say, Japan and the Philippines. I never expected people from, like, I bet people come on board regardless of where you're on the world, but it's just surprising to hear that people are still up at like 4:50 p.m. or 4:50 a.m. sorry. But maybe it's because you have like a very early morning shift or something like that. 3:50 for you. Is that in the afternoon or the evening? Kitty. Well, it's how well should I say? It's not that bad. Okay, we've got to wait for the fast one to come back. Oh, I see. So it's PM. I see. Cool. 3:50 p.m. Good. First phase completed. Again. Like, for me, this is the second easiest phase, but it has the most amount of room for error. Yeah, it's safe to travel here, and I'm sure you'll like the Moscow or St. Petersburg, but please don't go further. Like, further to the east of Russia or further to the west of Russia. Yeah, like, don't do that. Oh dear. Like, I can't imagine what it would be like with all the restrictions in Russia. Like, we're not going to go into those kind of chats and stuff like that, but Russia is kind of like a very backwards country, in a way. Like, parts aren't, but other parts are backwards. Okay, I've made too many errors here, but we're going to keep on going. Oh, we succeeded! I thought I made so many errors here. You're like, is it that bad? Okay, I'll tell you advice, especially since you're Russian. Well, Kazan is also a cool place. In Russia, demons get eaten up by Abel, Enri, and Neon O2, but also Emma as well. Actually, she's like the most favorable for eating demons in Russia. In Russia, you go after bear. I never heard of Kazan before. Is it like a city in Russia, or are you referring to the shortened version of Kazan as like Kazakhstan? I'm pretty sure they mean by the city, otherwise I would have said like Kazakhstan. Right side. From 0 to 10, how would you rate this strategy that I perform here? Like, it's the perfect time before the demon spider just goes up to the top left of the screen, which is where it starts its cycle around the square. It's nice to live near a city or in a city which you really love, because I don't think many people have that kind of you understand what you mean by that. Too many errors at the start with that box, and not the intended box that we would like to have. I'll read that chat in a second. It's something to do if I have any pets or not. I have one pet, and I have about 6 bantams. Unfortunately, we had to have 2 different runs because we thought we got 1 hen and 5... So, 1 cockerel and 5 hens, that's the correct way around, when we initially got them as babies, but then one of them kind of turned into a... Not turned into a male, but we discovered it was a cockerel rather than a hen. So now we've got to have 2 different runs because having 2 cockerels in the same run is pretty dangerous. I pressed that button. For goodness sakes, I pressed that button. It's closing in on the gap with me and all that. Oh, this is real bad. Okay. Do you have a pet? And people in the chat, do you have pets? I have a fish and a dog. I wish I had one, but because of my allergy, I can't. But yeah, love pets. You have 4 dogs. One is a pit bull and one is a Maltese poodle mix. One is a Maltese poodle and Pomeranian mix. And the last one is a Chihuahua. I also have 1 cat. Wow, 4 dogs and 1 cat. So I'm just going to take a stab in the dark here. I'm going to imagine that the cat is the one in charge. I'm just going to call it right now. The 1 cat over the 4 dogs is the one in charge. Are you my grandma? That is awesome, yeah. Having pets is awesome. Like, when we first had the idea of having a dog, I was a little hesitant because, unfortunately, when I was very younger, I used to be very scared of dogs. Like, I had a nightmare once upon a time where literally a dog's jaw was swallowing my entire vision whole. And that literally put me on the path of being scared about dogs. But then, when we decided to get a dog, we get a smaller breed first, rather than trying to go for something like a Labrador. So we went for a Jack Russell Terrier. On the downside, we didn't know what its temperament was like. And Jack Russells are very, very playful, but yet very aggressive beings. You're right, the cat is one in charge. He will fight anyone who gets in his way. My pit bull was scared of him. Like, that's bad to laugh about, but that's also quite funny. Like, that idea that there's only 1 cat in amongst several dogs, you know the cat is in charge. Like, that cat does not take any mercy. My dog is a Chihuahua. Unfortunately, he's blind and he's a senior, but me and my family decided not to put him down. If he's still able to live and go about his day, then don't, because his life is not in danger. But also as well with dogs is that their sight is not their primary scent. The cat is a king queen in their house. Yeah, and humans are second actually. Cats own the house, humans just put the food on the table and stuff like that. Oh no, I'm a tile slightly to the right there. That might cost me. Yeah, this is definitely a GG here. Unless I can somehow pull this out of the bag. Can I do this? Oh no, I'm missing that. Oh. I almost made it out of fair. My problem with that run was I didn't press the buttons. I was half a tile too much to the left, so I couldn't press the buttons. That's the first time I failed on the first phase in a really long time. We'll go for a couple more tries, but I should not have failed on that phase. That is by far the easiest one, where if you can do that strategy perfectly, then it's literally it's a GG for us. It's a good game. It was so close. I have a song I want to sing, but I'm not going to sing it because of YouTube and copyright and stuff like that. But it has the lyrics, but in the end it doesn't really matter. But it does matter, because we're one run closer to that sweet golden run. Ooh, that's lucky. Lure you down here. But I think as time gets on, we're more able to succeed in this first phase in comparison to being stuck on the first phase. Like, I feel like I've gotten better and more consistent as the stream has gone on. And also, that break as well I had was a good thing to have. Like, that's the thing, like, with many things, is that if you try and exhaust yourself by not having a break and constantly on it, what you're actually doing is decreasing your ability to work on something. Several whippets, a few mini Aussies, Belgian, Torovian, Norwegian, Burhund, Pit Chow mixed breed, Chihuahuas, long coat and short, and a few cats. Ah, her name is Angel. Oh, I think I was referring to my run there. Q, hopefully she's right. Oh, so close, but that was my run. Aw, could be the other way. Oh, one of my whippets is named Angel. She was born blind. So sorry to hear that, but learned how to navigate the house without much issue. She can even play chuck it ball with the other dogs. That's amazing. Like, wow, that's so sweet. Everyone has 10 times more puppies than me, though. Everyone's pets seem pretty nice. Pets are nice. And pets are only nice when they have a nice owner to them. Or nice owners. Like, the first few weeks of a pet's life is the most important. That's where it gets all its social skills and stuff like that. Its confidence builds up. If it's like with other people and other dogs, then it can really learn how to be with other people and other dogs. But if it's unfortunately one of those scenarios where we're not going to talk about it, then unfortunately it's going to have a much more difficult time growing up. That's a perfect run. Oh no. No, damn it. Too many stops there. We'll probably go through this about like 3 more times, and then we'll end off the stream there. The only exception though is if on the 3rd one we get to the 4th phase, then we'll try one more time. Come on. I went up there when I did. But on the plus side, we don't have to wait around on the top here for it to fully go around the box. Good. Press that button, please. If you press that button too soon or too late, then the demon to the right will kill you. It's literally that perfect timing where it's unable to sprint or unable to go to the left because it's currently moving down. Or press that too early. If it's too late, then that would have been extra good. Oh, good. Angel is actually curled up on the day bed near me with her grandparents, a pair of whippets, mated pair who stay together and prefer each other. Claire and Choppin? I should get a pic if I can. Our family do have some cats that come in our backyard from time to time, so we leave food out there for them, but we don't take them inside as we think they have... Ouch. Sorry to hear that. Also, hope Chance is okay. Oh, that's so cool with that previous owner. I hope he's alright and has no lasting issues with the leg. And that's also awesome of you to adopt and take care of him. Gave him the name because he was of the shelter. We adopted him. Yeah. I don't understand people abusive towards, like, pets and people. Just like, why'd you have a pet if the only thing you're going to do is be cruel to them? Like, that's just nasty. Nasty, nasty, nasty. If you're the kind of person that thinks it's okay to be abusive towards animals, then all I'm going to say is, imagine if somebody was abusive to you and you have no control over if that person is abusive to you or not. Like, that's just the kind of scenario where it's like, have some kind of self-reflection of like, if you do this to something and you can't handle it back yourself, then don't do it in the first place. That was a good run, actually. That was probably my best run so far on that phase. What damn, sometimes I really can't imagine that people can be so disgusting, but I'm happy that he found a loving family. Exactly, yeah. I don't understand that cruelty too. All pets deserve nothing but love and happiness. 100%. That is the truest thing I've seen in the chat. There's been a lot of true things. Is that all life deserves a happy life. Although, knowing nature, like, okay, if it's a means to get food, then it's kind of understandable to hunt down, like, tribes and stuff like that in the most poorest parts of the world. When they hunt down, like, an animal or something like that, they use every part of that animal, and it's not for, like, decorative purposes, it's to actually survive. It's to be able to go on to tomorrow and see the sun again. Some people out there are just awful and cruel. Abusing animals is something super low, disgusting. Me and my family adopt animals with issues or abusive pasts. Yeah. And that's the thing, right? Don't always take on a puppy. Take on something which hasn't had a particularly loving past, but you can make it have the other half of its life have a loving rest of its life. This is what I wanted to do in the last time, but I get held up because I tried to go across the tile too early. There we go. Pets don't do anything in this world but except making a happier place, so nobody should ever be abusive to them for no reason. All of them deserve a nice and happy life. You'll get one in return. Exactly. If you're nice to it, it will be nice to you. Just like with people, actually. If you're nice to them, then they're most likely to be nice to you. But unlike animals, people always have like alter egos and preemptiveness, or the ability to prejudice you before you actually get a chance to introduce yourself. Like me, for example, if people see that I have autism, then that's an instant turn off for them, and I'm like, just okay. If you want to get to know me because of my autism, and that's a very petty way of going about in life. Everybody is lovely for go for one more try. Go for one more try. I did say if I go for 3 more times and I get to the last phase, then I'm going to go for one more try. But this is definitely going to be the last try. I love the people in this chat too. Okay, phase 4. I'm sorry. I failed because of those boxes. Boxes galore. Death by cardboard. I think there's a bit of delay involved. I'm not too sure. Like, it could be the latency, but I think there's a bit of a delay between like people's reactions and when I'm actually picking them up. Latency is just basically the gap between me playing the game and the stream itself picking up the real-time thing. So it could be like 10 seconds. I did put it on like a low setting so it sacrifices quality so that the latency is got a shorter gap. My pet child, mixed breed Bella, looks like a pit. We adopted her and her brother Romeo, Antolian Shepherd. He passed away recently as puppies when I was much younger. I'm really sorry to hear that. I really am truly sorry to hear that. I used to volunteer at the shelter over here, but because of my own body issues, I haven't been able to do much. I suffer from seizures and my medication only does so much. I'm sorry to hear about that, Chloe. I am truly sorry to hear about that. Like, some people have to go through life with so many difficulties, and it's truly amazing that you can go throughout the day despite knowing that you have these sort of things and continue to look at the positives in life, like your own pets, for example, and stuff like that. Like, always have a goal for the day. Always aim for that goal. Don't concentrate on stuff that is likely to keep you down mentally. Like, I know that's an unavoidable factor and some things we can't avoid in life, but we can control our emotions behind them, and I am truly sorry to hear that you have those sort of things in your life, Chloe. But keep going, Chloe, because you're amazing. It's alright, but thank you. Sometimes it's not as bad as other days, but I get through it. Yeah, I can only imagine, but some days it kind of flares up, no pun intended. Like, it gets worse, but then other days it's milder. Since Romeo passed, my sister-in-law works and trains and dogs to work together. Has been working with me and Bella, Romeo's sister pit child mix. Release training, getting her used to. Yeah, I can imagine some dogs are not very happy by being put on a leash or something like that when taken out for a walk. Button, 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 button. I'm calling out to you, all cats named Buttons. Okay, fourth phase. We nearly made it to the very end. Yeah, I think my stream is kind of weirded out because it's not showing up any likes or dislikes at all. Right, this is it. This is the final phase. Also the final run on this stream. If we win, we win. If we lose, but it's still a win because this time has been absolutely wonderful. No. Yep, game over. Damn it. Firstly, the door where you need to tap on it multiple times didn't respond, but also number two, I crashed into a few of those boxes near the end there. Damn, that was also a really good run as well. Okay. Yeah, I think there is some latency issue when it comes to all this sort of stuff, so sorry I'm spamming a lot about the dogs. Doesn't matter. I really love the conversation itself being in hand. It's something that a lot of people can relate to and stuff like that. So I don't consider it spamming at all. But also that was the best run I've had in this stream. But I think we're going to end it off with a positive note, even though it wasn't a success, victory / win. I consider it a win in my book. Lately it hasn't been that great. I've been down lately. I've been trying to get a job again, but most people, once they figure out I have epilepsy, they don't. Oh, damn it. Like, employers have got to give people with epilepsy a chance, but also as well to not prejudice a person just because of their medical conditions and stuff like that. Like, that's also a case with having a learning disability where if you put down on paper you have a learning disability, then some employers are just like, we don't want you. Like, that really sucks. Like, when employers turn you down because of your medical conditions, it's just like, it's just so soul crushing. Like, you could have the same the same qualifications as somebody else, but because that person doesn't have epilepsy, they choose that person over you. But yeah. Anyways folks, that is going to be it for my runs on this stream of Purgatory to Demonic Mode. Once again, just to show you all that I did indeed choose this mode. Let's see, go back to this camera. We're going to turn that one off. That was it right there. Purgatory to Demonic Mode. That is it. That is now going to go into the paper recycling bin at my side. And thank you all so much to everybody who has come on board with this stream. Doesn't matter if you commented only once or commented a lot of times, being part of the chat. You're all absolutely awesome people, and you can do anything when you put your mind to it. The only person that is stopping you in life ultimately is yourself, but also any shoddy employers as well that treat you like rubbish. It was an amazing stream. We had a lovely time, had a lovely chat as well, and I think that's the main purpose behind streams and stuff like that. It's a community thing where people can get together and talk, and I feel like that the end goal is not to succeed in, let's say, the game itself, but for it to be the background component towards something like this. And I am wholehearted by everybody who has come aboard this stream and you joined the Discord. Thank you so much. It's down in the description below. But also as well, if anybody, it doesn't matter how little or how big it is, I've also got a Ko-fi link down in the description below, and also a Patreon where if you want to support me monthly with any donations, again, you can just, if you want to, you can donate something like as little as £1 on my Patreon, or as £3 on my Ko-fi, which is like a fixed donation, but it's a one-time donation. Then you can do that, and any proceeds will go towards better equipment and stuff like that, so that I'll be able to make high quality content and stuff like that. It was a lot of fun. Thank you very much. I really hope to see you all here again in the future streams. Yeah, it's been a very, very lively stream. I'm not going to deny it. It's been a wonderful, lively stream. Probably even more lively than my Wednesday one, but mostly because the US of A is probably like my most predominant fan base when it comes to like analytics and stuff like that. Like when I look at my statistics, the majority of people who watch my videos and stuff like that are in America. But then again, you also got a huge pocket of people who watch my videos from the Philippines as well, which is very nice to have some sort of diversity, because I don't want it to be just like one section. I want it to be from all different kinds of backgrounds. Whether if you're in the continent of Europe, continent of Asia, continent of Australia and Oceania, continent of Africa, North America, South America. Hey, you could be in Antarctica and watch my videos, and I'll be very fun with that. It was a fun live stream. I quite enjoyed it. Thank you so much for being here. So we're going to end things off here, folks. Thank you all so much on board for being here with me, and looking forward to the next games that will be in the future. So for Wednesday's stream, it's going to be 9:30 AM British Standard Time, and for Saturdays, it's going to be the same time next week for it to be 8 PM British Standard Time. But thank you so much for watching, guys. Remember, you're all awesome people, and you all deserve happy lives, along with the pets as well that you truly cherish. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, folks, take care of yourselves. I love you all too.